When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Glad to have you with us in Evanston, Illinois. Ryan Field, home of the Northwestern Wildcats. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Looking for blockers. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Michigan's offense will take the first swing of the game. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch.
Breaks into the open. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for you.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So a drive there of 82 yards. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. So the Northwestern Wildcats offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run off.
Oh, he's got some space. Spins away. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Wildcats racing to the line in the hurry-up.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right.
Oh, a lot of space. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Another first down.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Michigan offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Right on the money. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing this coaching staff's really been trying to focus on is just to take one opponent at a time, regardless of where they're ranked, regardless of where you're playing. You've got everybody's attention. You're the #1 team of the country midway through the year, David, but there are tougher challenges ahead.
Well, and it's hard to get your players' attention because you start thinking you're good. We've got to get better every week, every practice, and sometimes that #1 ranking makes you not work as hard, gets you a little bit complacent, so that's the job of this coaching staff moving forward.
Flips it out to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got a man. It's Hurtado. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Catch in the middle. It's Hurtado. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
that getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
A little screen to the running back. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Bringing the heat. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. From the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
With the catch, it's Hurtado.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, he'll take that throw all day.
He'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
Looking downfield on first down. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but is not able to get to the first down marker.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Fires on the move. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Catch in the middle, it's Kamara. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver's able to get a rub and create some separation, and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll take a pass on the 46-yard field goal, try and go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab, it's a first down. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
First down for the offense.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First down here. Wants to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Setting up the screen. Got enough space. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive, even when you get in this part of the field.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by 11 over Iowa State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Northwestern right back to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Caught in the backfield, it's Abraham. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ball's at the 27. His offense facing a 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Wide open downfield. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Wildcats with the 1st and 10. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Nestled just inside that right upright. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Guys, here come those maize and blue-winged helmets on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. Now the play fake. He gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Wolverines will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball.
Returner runs out of bounds.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Northwestern wants to go quickly. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Northwestern. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and is paying dividends now in game.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stacked. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick completion on the out. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on 1st down. Puts it out of the air. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
The give to the tailback. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Unloads to the right. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take it in. This drive will start at the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Hold it. Up and.
Offense in a bunch formation. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side now. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. And you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line. It's really nice to have that.
Got his man quickly. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And the Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. He makes his way into the end zone for the 50th time in his career.
Man, what a mark to hit. A guy that's so good with the football in his hands. A guy that every single week you know this guy's going to touch the football. And when it gets near the end zone, Palmer, you still know he's going to get it, and he still punches it in.
He's the unstoppable force. It doesn't matter what defenses have done throughout his career. This guy finds a way to make people miss, to run away. He's got all the tools you look for in an outstanding running back.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's got his man. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation. Man, you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
The Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback making checks. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash it.
And the Wolverines come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Kamara. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Michigan!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. He'll do it himself. Running into the open space. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Rushes on him. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Northwestern will send out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You know, this tight end's a weapon in the passing game. He runs good routes, normally has good hands, but didn't have them there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first. Still running at the 40. He's loose. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1 yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal.
Let's go!
He'll try to slam it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't move it a millimeter on that last play, and now they'll try it again on third and goal from the 1. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on fourth down. Touchdown, Wolverines! Fitted in the window for the score. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. And it didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. A run for the quarterback. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Going right to work up top. Scrambling away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. Strong, firm tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Gonna take a shot on 2nd and short. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
He might want another play. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quarterback keeper. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And I tell you what, if you told them they were going to be 3 for 3 now on 4th downs, they'd have said, yes, please. And that's why they're winning the game right now. You get an extra down so often, you have so much success. This offense is cooking, especially on 4th down.
Got it in the middle. It's Kamara. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Hurtado. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin. In the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Temple. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll go empty. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 15. Back to pass. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Pulled down for the tackle.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that you're...
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Northwestern will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
So now it's 2nd and long.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signal goes into the air, and he makes the fair catch at the 10. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Here's a heat.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
He breaks a tackle. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The run from the shotgun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. Running back searching for a hole. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And it slips just inside that right upright. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And this defense is bringing the heat, another sack.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's 3rd down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They'll start this drive from the 42. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Really good coverage by the DB there, and even a better job of locating the football and then knocking it away.
Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? From the gun, running back gets to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
He makes the grab. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Quick completion on the out route. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Touchdown, Wolverines! Quick strike through the air for the score. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. FIU is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana Tech. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
Trying play action. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So
quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
Northwestern will have to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
Hauls it in, looking for space. Makes a move. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Quick release by the QB. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
And the Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Holding. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Northwestern will send out the punt team.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Good, solid tackle.
I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
Wolverines really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game. And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out, practice this.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they just...
There he goes! Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Northwestern will have to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros, and get the dub.
Back to pass on second down. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Pocket breaking down. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably wouldn't quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They've dominated this football game.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And this is great sudden change defense right now. Of course, this drive started with their backs against the wall. They've now forced 2 straight incompletions. If they can make one more big play here and avoid it.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he's already made one. The holder will put it down at the 26 for a 36-yard try. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Let's not say they cut into the deficit by a field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Michigan offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they were able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And now the offense just said, oh, you don't think he's going to run it? You're not going to account for him? I'll do that. Great job taking advantage of the numbers. When you're an offense and you have a quarterback that can do this occasionally, it just puts that little bit of doubt in my head, makes me play it a little bit more on defense.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They're still firing away even with this lead. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, David. They were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.